Okay, in this video, I'm going to list 5 things that I hate about this car. Um, it was hard finding 5 things because it's a pretty nice car, don't get me wrong, but we can always nitpick. But before we do that, let me move it back a little bit more so we can use this used as a nice backdrop. Give me a minute. So that's a lot better. All right, so now I wrote these things down because I didn't want to forget them. So let me grab my laptop. And these are the 5 things I hate about this car. The first one is the warm start. I don't think enough people complain about how loud these cars are when you start them when they're warm, not when they're cold. The cold start is a bit more subtle, which is rare. I've never had another vehicle that starts, somewhat quieter or on point with when it's warm. So that's one thing I hate. It kind of sounds like you're revving the car yourself, which that's not the case. It just starts loud. That's the first thing I hate. The second thing I hate is, you know, I've had BMWs before. I've had other cars, and with this car, it's pretty rare. And then on top of being rare, a lot of the owners really just don't drive them, so you rarely see them on the streets. So if you're coming from a BMW or another brand that you're used to having link ups and a community, it's kind of not there for this car. And that goes without saying. Some people don't drive their GSF. Some people are of the belief that in 10 years, 15 years, this car will probably be worth 100,000, 200,000, sorry, 300,000. I didn't buy it for that. I didn't buy it to be a collector piece. I've driven like from here to Miami in this car. I've not passed another GSF from here to New York. Not seen another GSF. That's like a 4,000-mile road trip round, and that can get a little bit, there's nobody else. It's just you. Whenever you drive your car, it seems as if you're the only one driving your GSF. So that, kind of, it depends on the personality. If you want a community, that's not the car to have a community with. The next thing is everything is expensive for these cars. And there's not much available. There's not much to choose from because of how rare they are, which makes sense from a business point of view. It would make sense to, go out and making everything for these cars. There's not even 5,000 of them on the road. So, I'm sure research and development for these cars does not turn a high profit. So they make a small amount of the things, or they make them on demand from Japan, and then when you do order them, like carbon fiber pieces are like through the roof as far as price is concerned. So that's one of the things I'm not really liking. I've had the car for a year and some months, so and I've driven it. I've taken it on 2 road trips, one to New York, and I've taken it to Miami. I've driven it around town a whole lot. So I can these things that I'm saying, I've had the car for a year, so it's not like it's I just bought it. Um, the next thing, and this ties into number one, is the how long the car takes to like warm up and start acting as if it's ready to be driven. That can take a little bit long. So I would say this is my third thing that I like. I wish the car it takes a little time to warm up, and when it does get warmed up, the transmission is clunky. It almost as if it does not know what to do, and that's why I always tell people, like, if you like the GSF, you're not going to fall in love with the GSF on a test drive. It's not happening. You're either know what you're getting, if it's the first time driving one, or you've had like a GS350 before and you can almost, tell the difference right off the bat. But if you're coming from like a BMW that's been tuned, and you come to this and you've heard it has 470 horsepower, you're not going to even think it has half of that on your first drive, especially with a salesman beside you. It's not happening. The What I would suggest is that you go and find somebody who has one and ask them if you could go on a test drive with them if you're planning on buying one. But you're not going to like go up the block with one, um, down the block, and then, oh yeah, you love this car. No, you'll probably fall in love with the car itself as far as the how it looks, but how it drives, if you're not careful, it will deter you from purchasing. um, Number four, the entertainment system inside. Now, I know it can be upgraded, and I've had very few companies that I've not seen bad reviews about glitch, the system glitching, or it just downright, blanks out or takes long to load. So those are the things that's one of the things why I haven't actually upgraded as yet. I'm still trying to find which manufacturer makes one that I would actually go ahead and use. For now, I'm leaning more towards the Lexion. That's because I see them still doing research and development in Japan, and the install is pretty simple, pretty easy, and it gives you that wide screen. So I'm thinking about the Lexion for this, but the entertainment system really needs to go. And the fifth thing that I don't like is just how the car sits. I am going to be doing coilovers, but the car has a slight rake to it, which is, I had it on the GS, and even after coilovers, I couldn't correct it. It's almost as if the front is a little bit high in the ear at all time, even when you're sitting in there, that it doesn't level out. So I'm going to have to look into how to get that properly, suspension properly tuned when I go. Thinking about going BC coilovers on it, and I hopefully that will fix it. But overall, those are the things I don't like. The stance, it looks good, but I know it could be better, and I'm going to go ahead and try and fix that. So the stance is one of them. That warm start, when the car is already warm and you go and start it, that high rev that comes on, I think that's one of the things I hate about the car the most. So I would give that the highest rating on things that I hate. That warm start. Two is the rarity of the car does not really lends itself to have a community. You know, I like going out, enjoying the car, with other guys who have the same car. I'm in a WhatsApp group with, I think, 21 GSF owners or 20 GSF owners, and we've only met once, and that was like four of us or five of us. Um, well, twice. With first time was with like four, five of us, and then the other time it was like seven. So yeah, if you're looking for a community of, to do car stuff, go to Cars and Coffee, Caffeine and Octane that we have here in Georgia. That's not going to happen. Just forget about that. The third thing was the aftermarket support. There's really not a lot of aftermarket support for this car, and whenever you do find stuff, it's extremely expensive. Um, you know, they don't have the support like a G80 or F80. That's not that's not happening over here. The transmission, the clunkiness, I could do without that. And then the infotainment. So that's the five things I hate about this car. I know it's some of them are kind of nitpicky, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a reliable car, and I guess the reliability kind of cancels out some of those things and make them not really that relevant. However, yeah, that's it. I'm going to do another video with the 5 things that I love about this car. And if you're wondering, you don't have to wonder. The rarity is on that. So I like it, but I hate it. I like the fact that it's rare, but I hate the fact that it's rare. So I guess you can't have it all. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video. That's basically what I wanted to jump on and make a video about. Um, Lovely car. As I have always said in these videos, I do not regret the purchase. And and coming from a GS350, it's definitely a step up. If you're considering moving from a GS350 to a GSF, definitely. I would just advise that you know, try to test drive one that's not at a dealership. If you see somebody, or if you know somebody that has one, try and see if you can go on a ride along. And when it's warm, if it's cold, and if it's you're not gonna your chances are you're not going to really enjoy it. First things, you can't rev it until it's fully warm. So if you're looking to like test out the how much horsepower, or what does 470 horsepower feels like in this car, you're not going to get that on a test drive. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm here rambling. I'm going to end the video, and I'll continue making videos of this car. I realize there's not much content online about the car. Scott in Texas, thank you. You're helping to change that, and I'm here to help as well. So bye for now. Peace.